What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Matt Farah here, and today's episode is, as always, brought to you by Off the Record. We love Off the Record, and I love Off the Record because I'm recording these ads from a road trip where I had the confidence to know Off the Record was in my pocket waiting for me the entire time if I got pulled over. There was the heat all over the place on this trip, and if you get pulled over, if you get ticketed, you need to go to offtherecord.com/TST and get that handled immediately. Off the Record will connect you with a qualified attorney in the jurisdiction where you got pulled over, and they will fight that ticket on your behalf all the way to the end. You get 10% off all legal services with Off the Record by using offtherecord.com/TST. That's offtherecord.com/TST. All right, everybody. On this episode of the podcast, Zach and I review the Czinger 21C, one of the wildest cars I have ever driven in my life, if not the wildest. We spend a lot of time on that. Plus, I tell you about my route scout for November's Road and Track Blue Ridge Ramble on the Smoky Mountains. I did 850 plus miles in 4 days in the 911 Carrera S in a variety of weathers, and I tell you all about it. Plus, we got some great questions from our patrons, including what is the most whimsical vehicle that you can buy for reasonable money? It's the Smoking Tire Podcast. Let's go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Zoo. Hi. What's good?
Whoa! Drinking the 12-year Jeffrey's favorite.
Today we're going to have Ben the Frog on.
He's going to do some wacky stuff for us.
Deep throat a cucumber. Hi. What's happening, everybody? It's been a very long day, but an exciting one. Started very, very early.
So early.
But
Worth
Zinger 21C is that's some like fighter plane shit.
Yeah.
That's a new like it is extremely rare to really get to try the new thing. And I think all of a sudden I realized kind of that at this what like, okay, when I went to the Sphere to see U2, that was like my moment of being like, there is a good use for this technology. Like all this fucking processing power and stuff, like it really seemed like we, the consumer, were getting bled dry by all this. But then I saw this and I was like, oh, at least there's one like great use for this. And like all these like really expensive, crazy hypercars are beautiful and interesting, but they're ultimately like up-leveled versions of like the normal quote supercars, right? It's like sort of the same formula, just like more of something. Uh-oh.
I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay. This one, I was like, oh, this is some new shit right here. Like this is a different type of vehicle entirely. And I've never really driven anything like it at all. And that made it very, very exciting.
Well, it's very rare to have a single, center seat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's McLaren, there's Speedtail, there's the other McLaren.
Right.
And then there's BAC mono. But that's a rare configuration. But then also the construction of this is rare.
Yeah, well, even a center drive car, like, is, like, even the T50 is constructed with roughly the same kind of footprint, like a Speedtail or a T50 has roughly the same type of footprint as if it was two people next to each other, but they've made it three people, which was efficient and cool and fucking awesome. This is designed from the ground up to be fighter jet.
Yeah.
And like that's what you get, fighter jet. Like the first time I drove a Koenigsegg and got in it and had this windshield that wrapped past my 180 and it eliminated the A-pillars, I was like, oh, this is different. This, I don't have to be going fast. This immediately is different. This is like, oh, this is the most different.
Well, from the moment you see it, it's different. And then you get in, close the door, it's different.
Yeah.
And I think to your point, so many supercars, hypercars are iterations, some impressive, some just fine, of essentially the same idea that began with the Dino, mid-engine car, two people sitting next to each other. It was Mirror first or Dino? Oh, damn it!
First mid-engine.
Yeah.
You'd have to go back pretty far for first mid-engine.
That's true.
250 LM, whatever.
Race cars thing.
Yeah. 60s.
There are versions of that, and they're very special and cool, but like this just does feel like a very different step, different trail. And then the execution is also good. Yeah. And that is, you can have one, but it's hard to have both. Yeah. So hats off.
And like, they made their own engine, and that engine is insane. But also maybe the smoothest engine I've ever felt.
Like, can we talk about why does it feel like a straight 8 in terms of there's no vibration in the whole car? But I mean, it's a V8. It's a very, very tiny V8.
It's a small V8, 2.88 twin turbo, makes 950 horsepower, and then it has another 300 horsepower of e-motors, 2 in the front, 1 in the trans, in the flywheel. But the engine, when you rev it, you can feel the little fizzies of a revving engine through your hands, but you don't feel anything through the chassis.
Yeah.
Like if you drive like any other engine that makes any other car that makes a whole bunch of power, and you put it in neutral and go voo, like you can feel that in the chassis. You don't just hear it. With this car, you don't.
It's weird.
That's really weird and really cool and different. It's over bore, like over square. It has a short stroke and a big bore and a small displacement. It's a flat plane crank. Presumably these are like, hand-built, balanced, and blueprinted perfection type engines. I don't know the name of, they said the company that actually builds them. They design them.
Yeah.
Zinger designs them, and there's the company in New Zealand that builds them.
And one of our friends today told me that Ed Pink also does some work from this engine, which would make sense. Mm-hmm. Legendary name. It's also...
But it's unlike other engines.
Yeah. Yeah. If you said that this is a fully electric car that has a soundtrack of a tiny, made-up little engine, I'd believe you because it's so smooth, it's so fast. It's honestly so quiet. Yeah. Too quiet, but look, they had to get us past emissions and all the other things.
Well, and small twin turbo engines are just not going to be that loud. I mean, it is a very pleasant sound. There's probably a way to make it louder if you want, but the exhaust isn't very long.
I don't know.
I mean, the exhaust is only, 18 inches long.
It's pretty rad. It's pretty rad.
Yeah. It's bananas. And so, and I don't know if the engine would work without the e-motors because this type of engine is a top end engine, very top end. This type of design. If it was a torque engine, it would be a longer stroke. This is an engine that's for rev. It goes to 11,000.
Yeah.
I got it to 10,750 and I ran because I ran out of room. In the low gears, it shifts up automatically in the first 2 gears because otherwise you'd have fucking problems.
Timing it would be very difficult.
Yeah, it's too fast.
Yeah.
You do it automatically, and then in third, I tried to get it to 11, and I ran out of room at 10,750, and I can't believe I didn't say it into the camera. I only thought of it later. I think that's the first time I've personally revved an internal combustion engine past 10.
Motorcycles?
I have very little experience with 4-cylinder motorcycles. Almost all the motorcycles I've ever ridden have been twin or single or something like that. So I do not have a lot of 4-cylinder engine experience with motorcycles.
Let's get you an R1 and a diaper.
I probably have revved a bike past 10, but it doesn't come to mind at the moment. This is definitely the only time I've ever revved a car past 10, which is a fun thing to say. Mm-hmm. But it's not very useful. But it does mean that when you're at 7, you can downshift, which is wild.
Well, when you were driving, when I was riding behind you, you were calling out the RPMs you were shifting at, which is really funny. But I think what you were saying is, I'm shifting now, we're going really fast, and I'm not even close to red line. You were like, that was only 9.5, or that was 8.5.
No, you can't. This car makes 1,250 horsepower. And a fuckload of torque, and it has the crazy torque vectoring at the e-motors at the front, and it's it's a very sharp steering rack, and my elbows and forearms are pretty toasted from driving this thing all day. It's you have to manhandle it. It's not. This thing is so fucking weapons grade. Like it's so not for amateurs.
It is as serious as it looks. Do not underestimate this car. Yeah.
They've done nothing. I mean, it's smooth. They've done some things, but like, it's you out there.
Well, compare it. So you've driven Bugatti Chiron.
That's the easiest,
right? So
by far.
What about that is easier than this? Like suspension, steering, rack speed.
It's very much like a normal car.
The Bugatti.
Yes, it's the best. It's the best normal car in the world. Like I don't want to like insult, Mate or anybody at Bugatti, but like they know what I mean. Like the corporateness of Bugatti means it has to be done in a certain way, so that I guarantee you one of the missions of Bugatti is that literally anybody can get in one and turn it on and be able to drive it like that. No training. Like I guarantee you that's part of the Volkswagen AG thing, right? Like this isn't that. You have to be taught some shit, and you have to it doesn't work like a regular car. It's like a kind of different type of driving. You know what I mean? Like it's just a very extreme way to deliver power and performance. And although it's got, traction and stability control and all that stuff, like the speed you can be going probably can overwhelm the braking performance of the car. Not like in a bad, it's just like you could have a really big crash.
Well, saying. I mean, it's not.
It's a lot more crashable than a Bugatti.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I feel like, because they're both extremely fast. And if you dip into the pedal too far in either one, you will overwhelm the brakes and the tires. No problem.
Yeah. This doesn't have like an active air brake, for instance, so it has some interesting behaviors when you go from full throttle to full braking, and you kind of have to hang on. And this isn't like a terrible thing. It just is a thing that the one we drove is called the VMax. There aren't a lot of these around, so they didn't have the Blackbird, which is the high downforce car.
That's Track attack. Sorry.
That's one of those. Yeah. So this was a no wing car. So the wing is functional, and I mean aerodynamics is linear, so you are getting very real use of those aerodynamic advantages in those other cars. But this is just a really nasty thing. The power to weight is crazy. The central driving position is crazy. The steering ratio is crazy. Bugatti would never put a steering ratio this fast in a car. This is more like a Formula car type steering ratio. This is like if the BAC mono was like good, like if it was that. This is the Chiron of BAC monos. If you want that sort of Formula car type experience, this has a really comfortable seat, lots of room. I drove this thing comfortably all day long. Like, it really is. It doesn't look it. It looks claustrophobic, but it's not when you're in there.
In the back, it is claustrophobic.
No, in the back, it certainly is.
But yes.
But in the front, it's not.
It's not.
I could drive it for hours, and it would be just fine. It was
because
really
you have, the roof above you.
Yeah.
It feels incredibly open. It feels like, those clear submarines that they used to do at SeaWorld or whatever, where you go 10 feet down, but you can see everything.
Yeah.
It feels like that. The whole world is very open to you, and then you have the huge pontoon fenders. And so it just feels like visibility is amazing.
Pretty good, except for straight behind you.
Yes,
you
correct.
You can't see anything straight behind you.
Yeah.
Which is actually funny, because which bothers me less than it should, because you know what else you can't see straight behind you? The Myers mix. So I'm really primed for that type of driving with this car. But because of the fighter jet type seating position, the car itself is actually quite narrow. It's probably no wider than a Miata. And so you could actually look that up, but it feels very narrow on the road. Unlike any other car that has over 1,000 horsepower, all of them, they're big, right? There's no other like small cars with this kind of power. They're all big. And so if you come out on a canyon road with a Revuelto or a Bugatti or something, any road will start to feel pretty small, pretty quick. None of them have a small footprint. Now I hear was I right?
No, it's a foot wider than Miata.
Is it a foot wider than
It
Miata?
says, quick look says it's 80 inches wide. That happened after an update in 2021. I can't see real quick if that is with or without mirrors, but a Miata is 68 inches wide. 68 inches without mirrors on a Miata. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, you fooled me. Sorry I got that fact wrong, but you'd have fooled me. It drives narrow. It drives like a narrow car, which I thought it was very easy to place in the lane and to move around in the lane. It rides a little firm, I thought, because it's not very heavy. It's under 3,500 pounds. I didn't get an exact weight yet, but it's under 3,500. I thought it would have ridden a little better. It was a little stiff.
What is it? It's 29 dry?
Dry.
Weight?
Yeah, but like, I don't know if there's some, I don't think they're doing trickery there. I hope dry, it's got a 4 kilowatt hour battery pack. Dry must include the battery pack and just no fluids, right?
I hope so.
But it also, I mean, look at the size of those side pod intakes. Like, it must have huge radiators and tons of fluid. It's probably carrying like gallons and gallons and gallons of coolant. So we'll get I'm going to get an exact weight for road track. We literally drove this thing this morning. I'm not responsible for facts and figures until next week. I was responsible for not sending the thing off a cliff today. That was my job today.
That was the job. See if I wrote down.
And, but it's just so different from everything else. In the view for keep scrolling the pictures because a couple later the view forward, forget the view of my face. I mean the view forward. Folks, we got to take a quick break from the action because DeleteMe is supporting us today, and they make it quick, easy, and safe to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everybody vulnerable. But it's easier than ever to buy and sell people's personal information, and the way they do that is through data brokers. And every time you sign up for something online, buy something online, make a new account, there's a pretty decent chance that your personal data is going to a data broker, and that's how you get spam, phishing, harassment texts, etc. Now, what DeleteMe does is it goes through all those data brokers on your behalf and tries to delete that data. Most of the time, they can do it on their own. Sometimes you have to do a couple of clicks to do an approval here and there, but fundamentally, DeleteMe will, not just once, but in an ongoing way, get that data out of those data broker databases and keep your phone calls, your inboxes clearer and fresh like a baby's bottom. So you can take control of your data now and keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe now at a special discount for our listeners. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/tire and enter code TIRE at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/tire, code TIRE. We are also brought to you today by Liquid IV. I love Liquid IV. Took it on this road trip that I'm on right now. Man, does it help keep me refreshed in the morning, either after I have a big workout, helps to replenish those electrolytes and fluids, or if I've been out late the night before, know what I'm saying, and I need to be ready for the day ahead of me. And one stick of Liquid IV put into 16 ounces of water, it's more hydrating than water alone. You hear me? They've got a thing that's more hydrating than water. I don't even know how that's possible. I'm not a scientist, but that's what they're doing over there, and that's crazy. Plus, it's got 8 vitamins and nutrients, all in a single stick. It's got 100% daily value of 4 essential B vitamins. It's an excellent source of vitamin C. And it's fabulous either before or after a workout, when you feel run down after a long night out, or particular good one here, Pro Move on a long flight. The dehydration that happens on the long flight, you don't feel it because you're just sitting there doing nothing on the flight. It's not like you're working out, but you're crushed afterwards. Man, a Liquid IV can really get you going on touchdown, right? Don't let the grind drain you. Ditch the glitch with zero sugar and zero crash from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, and live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code TIRE at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code TIRE at liquidiv.com. Is seriously epic.
Yeah.
And there are no touch panels. Everything is a real button. They've gone through the trouble. I mean, they're these sort of like rubberized panels, but that have button. I thought they worked great. I thought they were fine.
They did, yeah.
The quality of the buttons, and they've got the scrolly wheels. They made like 3D printed little scroll because they're 3D printing all this stuff.
Everything.
We haven't even talked about the 3D printing yet, but you can't really see it in this photo. But the way that the air conditioning vents run inside and along the doors in these thin slits that like hit you as the driver at like just the right place is pretty slick.
It's the vents are almost right before your shoulders.
Yeah.
And we didn't even notice them in the beginning. We thought it was like a speaker or whatever, or just some texturing. And then you learned it was like, oh, that's actually the AC. It blows like across your chest.
Yeah.
And probably really helps cool you down. It like moves the air around. Super cool.
And I'll tell you what, when you drive with the windows down, which I did for most of the day, other than doing my in-car talking, I drove with the windows down for most of the day. When you drive with the windows down, there's no buffeting at any speed. You know, you and I had a conversation with the windows down.
Yeah.
I could drive. It was not tiring at all. Like you could listen to I didn't try to listen to music. It does have a radio. I don't want to say definitively that you could listen to music with the windows down, but based on everything else, I'm very confident that you could listen to music with the windows down, no problem. And it was a really, really pleasant experience with the glass up top and overhead and the side windows down. Like that's fucking proper. And they're big windows. They go like all the way to the back.
Yeah, it's all pillarless.
Yeah.
It's one giant window
so nice.
for both seats.
Okay.
Super cool.
The 3D printing. Because that's really what the thing is, right? And when people hear about this car, the first thing they say to me is, oh, that's a 3D printed car, right? Which is sort of like yes and no. Many components of this car are 3D printed. So this car is a division of a company called Divergent 3D, which was started by a guy named Kevin Zinger, who we interviewed 10, 11 years ago. And I said at the time, I was like, this guy's either like a super, super genius or a complete lunatic. And now that we've driven the car, we know which one he was. And so he started this company to do reinvent assembly. Mm-hmm. Factories, basically looking at the waste that comes from manufacturing. And
waste in their terms is stuff like the molds for casting, or like if you cast something and you have to shave a part off of that cast, or just literally like the tooling, required if the tooling is disposable, or if there's like just overuse of stuff, or even some of the welding.
Yeah, welds, parts that are needlessly heavy and over strong because they just have to be made a certain way, and the cheapest way to do it is a solid block of iron or something.
Right.
And so they're able to use additive manufacturing, better known as 3D printing, for a ton of assemblies, sub-assemblies, to create structures that are optimally strong, optimally rigid, and minimally heavy. And some of these structures are really amazing. If you just Zach, Google like Zinger 3D printed subframe, they have like a display car that there's lots of photos of. And so their front and rear subframes are 3D printed, like their suspension arms and knuckles are 3D printed. Yeah, that stuff. That's the good shit right there. They have their wheel hubs and brake. The wheel hub and brake caliper is one piece. It's just like a thing. So that photo that Zach has, so that structure has material exactly where it needs to and is hollow exactly where it needs to. And some of those structures are completely hollow. Some of them have honeycomb inside of them. And it's all like, they don't like have to put an extra ounce of fucking material on the car, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. And they can make structures and parts of a car that would be otherwise impossible to forge or cast. And there's certain parts that are like that. Plus, they can make stuff that just looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it all has this like organic, stretched sinew kind of look to it, which is rad. And it's visible in the engine bay. The engine bay is one of the coolest.
There's an engine bay shot in the Instagram post there.
And it looks awesome. Like if people are watching, like the control arms right here are, instead of being totally round and tubular or squared off, people are used to seeing those. This is like a blend of the two. I mean, imagine if you have Play-Doh and you just tried to make like, two sticks that ran parallel with your hands. Like it's very organic and kind of thicker in places, thinner in places. There's little bridges across it because in testing or design or whatever, they realized, we need some strengthening at this point, but not 2 inches further down the control arm. Yeah. So that's what we're talking about when we say we've optimized. Now, what's interesting about all this, I will because I think the tech is rad, and they have obviously demonstrated that it's very useful in other things.
What's funny is if you read their website, it reads like hypey bullshit. You read the website and you go, this all sounds like the jargoniest thing, like AI-driven, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I'm just rolling my eyes at the whole thing. And then you drive the car and you're like, oh, that's what he meant.
Well, the AI-driven thing is left out as strange because like the Hennessy Venom, they famously tout, Hennessy does, like we put our idea into a computer, we let it design the shape, here's what we got.
Yeah.
Now,
that's why
is that AI essentially? Like, I think we need clearer definitions.
John
on
never
what is
referred
AI.
To that as AI.
I know he didn't, but I'm saying like the computer-aided design has been around for a long time. I'm wondering if that's being rebranded as AI because it's just a computer is doing thinking for you. I don't know.
It possibly. I don't know. Either way, without an amazing car, the website looks bad.
It does.
if you then drive the car, you go, like this is what they were talking about.
But the other thing that's a little strange to me, and I say this as someone who is a fan of this technology because I think it looks cool and it's interesting, is that the weight, 2,900 dry, the F5 is like 2,982 dry. Mm-hmm. The Pagani Utopia is 3,100 pounds. I think that's wet. Do you remember what they said when you drove it?
The Utopia, I think, was not quite that. I think that's the dry weight. Is the 3,100.
So what's funny is like when I started typing these numbers in last night, I was like, man, this thing's gonna weigh nothing compared to these folks. Yeah. It's actually really close. Yeah. And they all used similar or different.
How many of those cars have a 4.4 kilowatt hour battery?
That's a good point.
And 3 electric motors.
That's a great point.
It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes back in, but it's been taken out from other places to end up in the same place.
I did not think of that.
I mean, this car did, not this one we drove, but the one with the wing, did set 5 California track records last month in 1 week.
In 5 days, basically. Yeah. And the times...
5 days thing is funny because, like, they made up that game. Like,
of course.
It didn't need to be 5 days. Like, because I saw the film, I watched the film, and it's a good film, and it's amazing. They said 5, like, that's fucking awesome, and that's really hard. But the part about it that was really hard is the 5 days part, which they entirely came up with. Like, they didn't have to do that. Like,
well, I think if you're a company, I think it's great marketing because you go, it's reliable enough to get the shit kicked out of it 5 days in a row.
Well,
now was the engineering team up all night between each race? I don't know.
No, they broke a couple, but the things they broke, like the car didn't break.
Yes,
like they broke.
They had an oops at Laguna
Seca. They had a little oops.
Yeah,
and then another little oops. And it's okay, and they still did it. The car's so fucking fast. Like. It did this car did a 24 at Laguna.
It did.
That's crazy.
It was 0.36 seconds faster than its previous record.
That was their hardest challenge. Yeah. That was the one where I think his name's Joel, really had to push because he was some of the other ones, the records that he beat were big.
They were very big.
Like the difference was big. He beat the record at Thermal Club by like
10 seconds.
Yeah.
10.33 seconds. At Willow Springs, it was 1.5. Coda, they were like the first one to run it, so they more like set the record. But
Coda wasn't on the 5 and 5. They did Thunder
that's right.
Hill.
That was in California, but they beat the Coda record, which was the 5 by 0.2. But the previous production record at Laguna was the McLaren Senna, and it was 127.8. So they beat that by 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's
significant.
A lot at Laguna. Yeah. This is possibly the fastest car I've ever driven. Likely, in fact.
It's this versus
acceleration, the Navara. Oh, yeah. I think in a drag race, I think the Navara still wins. But like, man, this is the thing. This car is where I'm like, I've been sour on the hypercars. I've been overwhelmed by the hypercars, and they're all cool. You know, they're all fun to drive. But like, this is the one where I'm finally like, oh man, this for that kind of money, I could see this being a just completely different experience from all 20 of the other fucking cars in your garage. Sure. Whereas most of the other, quote, hypercars are only a incremental improvement over those type of cars during the same type of driving.
Especially when they're all going for records. Like, I think T50 is a departure because it's focused on driving, B-road, stuff like that. Sure. But when they're all chasing faster and faster times, I mean, look, they're going to end up at a similar solution if they're side-by-side seated mid-engine cars. Like, this is like F1. Yeah. F1 has rules. They're like, oh, they can do whatever they want. Well, there's only so many ways to go around a track that fast.
And these cars have different personalities. I'm not trying to be shitty on them. I just, like, most of them are the same formula as what you can get for a lot less money, just turned way up. This is wholly different from that. And most of it is unavailable in any kind of approximation at a lower price. Yeah. There's no cheaper version of this. This is it.
Is the mono the closest thing?
Yeah, and that ain't this. Guys, got to take one more break from the show for Upside coming in hot this fall. And when it comes to that back-to-school rush, early morning drop-offs, after-school activities, football games, those last-minute supply runs, and, of course, the extra trips for groceries, coffees, and gas, the days get all busier, and it adds up. But now Upside is here, and you can earn real cash back every time you fill up your tank, grab a bite, or stock up on essentials. Whether you're driving cross town for a soccer game or driving cross country for a gig, Upside helps you keep more in your pocket. In fact, Upside has given back $1 billion to its users. The free Upside app gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. There's over 100,000 vendors in there, ensuring that cash back is always just around the corner. And yes, it's real cash back. We're not talking about reward points, credits. We're talking about real money that goes straight into your bank account. All you have to do is claim an offer for whatever you're buying on Upside. Then you pay as usual with your credit or debit card, follow the steps in the app, and get paid. You can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside than any other product, including loyalty programs and credit card rewards. This is it's basically free money back. All you have to do is spend the way you would normally spend at the kind of places you're already going and just tell Upside that you're doing it, and then they give you money back. Upside's given back $1 billion to its users. Find out how much you can earn. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TheSmokingTire to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code TheSmokingTire. I did this for my expenses, and I saved hundreds of dollars every month for like no work. You can do it too. Go to the Upside app, download it, and use promo code TheSmokingTire. 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank. Run it dry, fill it to the top, take advantage. Thank you to Upside for sponsoring today's show. I mean, look, respect to BAC, that thing is fucking crazy and whatever, but like that's not this.
Of course.
You have to wear a helmet. You are a single person. You have no protection from the elements.
And to get close to this, when I was looking up the lap times, all of the lap times it was running, its neighbors for those times were like DP03 Daytona cars. All of faster and slower in that. All of their neighbors are full race cars. Yeah. So that's how you have to get close to this.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's so fast, but it's also pretty fun when you're not going very fast. I mean, whether you're going fast or whether you're going slow, this is not normal. But other than one very nothing oopsie with the car where a light came on and it required a reset. Like, other than that, like, worked all day, hot, doing our filming stuff, like, worked exactly as advertised. And it's a real, dude, I was flipping through the menus, like, it's got CarPlay, like, it's got the HVAC works just fine. Like,
was the screen easy to read in all lighting conditions? Okay.
Yeah,
I drove it for 5 minutes, but it was like mostly shaded where I was.
Yeah,
so
it was fine. There is. It was better. Shout out to our dearly departed sponsor, Dylan Optics. We got the letter saying our contract won't be renewed. So thank you to everybody who ever bought a pair of Dylan Optics, and I do still love the glasses. And
if you work for a sunglasses company, please email us.
We now free agents.
Yeah, dear gooder.
We love sunglasses, so get at us. But the polarized glass, there is some. I think one of the pictures kind of shows it, but. Maybe the one just looking forward. Yeah, you can't really. There's a little bit of reflections. It's not that bad. Polarized glasses made a big difference. The windshield is not glass. It's
weird.
It's a Lexan-like polycarbonate material, which they say was very difficult to get that through DOT.
Yeah.
But goddamn, what a fucking thing.
It moves through the air unlike any car we've filmed. Meaning, when I'm filming the drive-bys, you're coming past me at speed. And most cars have two sounds. There's exhaust sound first, if it's really loud, ZR1 or something. And then there's stuff like Porsche turbos or some of the McLarens where I hear air and tire first. It's just whoosh, and like the sound of tires going, and then you go by and I hear the exhaust. This thing was really, really, really strangely quiet moving through the air until you were like 40 feet from me. And then all of a sudden it was like, woof. And it was like getting punched with the air, and then the moment was over, and then you were gone. Weird. It was. I asked the marketing guy didn't know what the coefficient of drag was. I'm very curious. This is the VMax. It's obviously the top speed one. I'm curious if it's like 0.24. What it must be to just move through so quietly.
That's so interesting.
And, it was weird. It's cool. It's like it was very stealthy.
I haven't gotten to listen to them.
Very
yet.
stealthy.
I have to hear that. Yeah, polite whipping. Mildly,
it's like
it sounds good in
car.
the car. I mean, it's not loud, but it's a very pleasant sound.
It's cool. It's just,
and I think because it's tandem, and because it's a small engine, it's pretty far away from you, behind you. Everything is happening far behind you as the driver. The engine's way back there. The exhaust is behind it, so. I mean, you're getting pleasant sounds for sure in the cabin, but it's not that loud, and it's so smooth, that powertrain. God fucking damn it, it's awesome.
How was the suspension?
A little firmer than I'd like, ideally, but I certainly, given the performance of the car, would absolutely not complain about it at all.
I feel like that's one of this, because I rode in the Chiron and I drove this briefly, and I'm driving and I go, what mode am I in? He goes, you're in normal. I went, like, it felt stiffer than I expected. Whereas the Chiron, maybe it's the weight or maybe it's just the clever suspension. Like, it damps a lot of that stuff better.
Yeah.
Because it's trying to be
more civil.
Almost this S8.
Yeah.
It's like 3 S8s shoved into one, but that's kind of like the attitude of it.
Yeah, they're supposed to be civil. This doesn't need to be civil. This is supposed to be crazy. It is crazy.
But I think it's also more tame. Well, you should speak to this, like, versus SSC. Like, both had quick steering rack, but this seemed like less dive under braking.
No, the SSC is like riding a bull. Mm-hmm. The other thing we didn't even mention is this car taught me that an E-motor in the flywheel solves the single clutch problem. Because this drives like a dual clutch, even though it's a single clutch. Mm-hmm. Because it has the E-motor to fill the torque during those exact moments where the single clutch is weakest, which is at the 40 to 80% like throttle position type shift. I drove this thing at first, and I was like, wait, is this a dual clutch? And like, no, it's a single clutch, but the E-motor fills it. And I was like, oh, wow.
Feels really good.
That's crazy.
It felt super refined. And the shift, the paddle action is wonderful. The click is so good.
The paddles themselves are out of another car, and I can't figure out what it is. It's driving me nuts. Pull up the picture.
That is surprising.
No, they are.
But why? Because they can make all the things.
I don't know. Well, but I really think you really can't see them. The design, I really think they're out of another car. They look very familiar. It would be pretty much the only thing that's out of another car, but I think it is.
I don't know. We'll have to ask them. Yeah. We'll have to ask them.
It wouldn't be the end of the world. They feel very nice, but it's getting me. I look at that shape, and it's getting me what that is shared with, or very similar to, at least.
I think this is cool because it's, at this point, like, I've had this job a long time. So have you. I think we do get a bit jaded about some of the hypercars, and also they just felt like very similar iterations that were just trying to be sold to the same group of people.
Sure.
So this being a new departure kind of re-excite. I was excited all day. I didn't drive in the canyons. I had a great time this morning. I was like, this thing is so cool to look at and be around.
Really,
I was
really
excited
strange.
just to be in its presence, and that hasn't happened around hypercars in a long time.
Yeah, it looks like an alien.
It looks like a spaceship, sounds like a spaceship, and it's such a new thought on stuff. Like the SSC was a crazy exciting day because I was like, I can't believe I'm driving this thing that I have loved the shape of since it debuted. But just
and also it's 1,700 horsepower.
And it's 1,700 horsepower, which was kind of crazy. But it felt like, I don't know, like, all right, this is a version of a song we've heard before.
Yeah.
And on this thing, I was like, this has a whole bunch of new thoughts in it.
It also makes sounds I've never heard a car make. Which is very cool. I don't think the sounds of the e-motors are muffled at all. I think you're hearing authentic e-motor sounds, and it makes a whole bunch of fucking crazy sounds that aren't. They're fun and pleasant. I haven't heard them before. It's just really interesting. Fucking nuts.
Well, it's so good to look at. Anyone who buys one of these, don't get it in black. Because this has so much wonderful curve and little creases, and like there's some subtleties to the design. And then there are some things that are not subtle about the design, of course, but all of it should be shown in like a metallic color, because when the sun hits this, regardless of time of day, dude, there's so much to look at.
Get a light blue or a venturine.
These intakes are insane. Ingress egress is hard. Like, be prepared for that if you're not a relatively athletic or committed person.
I probably
the
did
back
it
seat
25 times.
Is pretty bad.
The back seat's bad.
Like I was talking to Thaddeus. The feet, the passenger's feet need like platforms, or stirrups, for like, and not even as a joke, like a gynecologist joke, like, because that's where your feet are. I need something to put my feet against because we're going really fast. Yeah. Because for people, I didn't know this until I walked up to the car today, and I'm starting to film, and I look in the back, and I saw that there was 3 inches of distance between the bottom of the passenger seat and your seat back. Yeah. And I thought, maybe that's in mat position.
Yeah.
But that means I can't sit behind. This is like Aston, what was the sedan? Rapide. And then I learned, of course, that my legs go on either side of your chair and press against your seatbelt. And that's, all right, needs stirrups.
It's very exposing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
The back seat is kind of silly, but it's there.
It's there.
It's there. You can bring once you were in it, then what?
Well, then it felt cool.
Yeah.
And it was special. I felt like I was on a motorcycle, because when we were in the corners, I was leaning and looking around you to see where we're going.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I felt like I was in a spaceship.
You didn't feel like Goose? You were in a fighter plane?
Oh, I think we were right into the corners, so I felt like I was in a motorcycle. But after a while, I could do comms or handle navigation.
But
radar.
You were concerned about potentially getting motion sickness back there.
I was initially, because I know that riding in the back seat of a car in the canyons is a guaranteed way to get motion sickness, especially if you can't see out the windshield. So if all I saw was the back of your head and seat, and I literally was basically flying blind, I'm sure I'd get sick in 5 seconds. So that's part of why I was leaning around you to see what was coming up next.
Did you look at the Meta Glasses video? Was it interesting?
I haven't looked at it yet, but I bet it'll be
probably neat.
I bet it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot can change with your view driving the car. It's very important, and being in a fighter plane canopy is pretty different and awesome. especially, you think it's going to be more claustrophobic than it is, but when you open the windows, then it's amazing. That's really good. So we've got video. I'm writing a story for Road and Track as well, and we just gave the whole thing away. But you have to see it. You have to see it in motion, and it's fucking crazy. That's good. But I just did 4 days in a 911 Carrera S. Drove all over the South we were scouting. We've got an event coming called, there's that Porsche, called the Blue Ridge Ramble. There it is, which you can sign up for, experiences.roadandtrack.com. Starts at the PEC in Atlanta, where we have actually a day at the PEC. You get to rip Porsches on the track, which is fabulous. We then drive out to Chateau Elan, the winery out in Brazelton, and then we have a track day at Atlanta Motorsports Park in your own cars. And then we go up the Cherrahala Skyway to Poco Lodge in the middle, which is right in between the Skyway and Tail of the Dragon. Stay there. It's amazing. It's on this river. Tail of the Dragon to Knoxville, bourbon tasting, and then the good roads to Nashville and end at the Lane Motor Museum. It's going to be a fucking amazing event. So I scouted it in this 911 Carrera S. This Carrera S, it's these are, all 911s are kind of the same and also very different, right? And I really think I chose very wisely for this. I think that the Carrera S is the best road tripping 911, and probably the best for every day as well. Unless you want to drive stick in a Carrera T, I totally get that. But for every day and for a road trip, it has a really compliant suspension, but in the sport mode, it tightens up really nice. It's got a bunch of power. It's 473 horsepower. It's a really fast car. The rear-wheel drive one has fabulous steering at the front. It's really good. It had P0s on it. I did Tail of the Dragon in a fucking monsoon, and I had so much fun. I put the traction control in sport, and I would get a degree or two here and there. But these cars are great in the wet. And I have photos I'll post later of the interior. It had extended leather, 18 ways, and it was full red. It was this Arctic silver over full red. Cool. Which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But I did 950 miles in 4 days. Mostly back roads. That's 950. That's driving. But my body it's a lot. It was so many miles. But this thing held all my stuff, comfortable every day. Easy to get in and out of. Just great as a car. Just put everything in comfort, normal comfort, whatever on the highway, and it would be quiet and just radar cruise, motor along. And then you fucking turn it all up for. Oh, it's just so nice.
Did the Zinger have a trunk or frunk of any kind? It was a frunk. Okay, I didn't see it.
The what?
Does the Zinger have a
trunk?
Oh,
the Zinger?
Yeah, I'm just departure. Okay,
no.
Go back to 911. I was just wait a minute.
I thought you said the 911. I was
of course
the
911 has a trunk. Yeah, great one.
But it was really, really nice. And I ate at a place called Show, which is a new Sean Brock pizza restaurant in Nashville, and I had some of the best food imaginable. It was so good. Fucking go if you're in Nashville. It's amazing. Look at that pizza. It's amazing. But I have to tell you a story, Zach, that I wanted to tell you this morning, but I did not.
Oh, yeah, we saved one.
I saved it for you. I had an all-time customer service experience. And by that, I mean bad. So I did a lot of driving in this 911 during this trip. And the very last drive is Monday morning. I have to go from Nashville to Atlanta to catch a flight home. All right. And I've timed this out. And I need to be in the car at 6:15 a.m. in Nashville. Okay, there's no problem. Now, this is a valet-only hotel. And it's expensive valet. This is the Dream by Hyatt in Nashville downtown. And the valet company that works there is called PMC Parking Management. And so when I park my car, I am an excellent tipper, as always. And I talk to the guys, and I say, listen, guys, I'm here for the night. I have to leave at this time. And they're using this retrieve your car with the text thing. They get your phone
Scan
number.
the QR code in the morning. They bring your car around. Right.
So I go, is there, I got to leave really early in the morning. Is there any reason that I might need to notify, call the valet at longer than normal? No, it's normal, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay, fine. Sure? Yeah. 6 o'clock, hit the app. 15 minutes, no problem. Put my shoes on, whatever, go downstairs.
Grab a coffee.
Pour myself a coffee. Go outside. It's like 6:10. There's the valet stand. There's nobody at it.
They're getting your car.
They're getting my car.
Yeah.
6:15, nobody back. 6:16, nobody back. I pull up the thing, and it's got a little status bar, and it says request submitted, but it does not say that my car's being retrieved. And I go, uh-oh. And I go inside, and I go to the guy at the front desk, and I go, hey, man, is the valet guy outside? Is he getting my car? Because, he goes, we got kind of a thing. I go, what's that? He goes, we're sharing a valet guy with the hotel next door, an overnight guy. Okay, is he getting my car? And he goes, I don't know. And I go, can you find out? And so he, who is not in a rush, does what might be insulting, but I think is appropriate to describe as a waddle to the hotel next door, and then comes back with a sleepy-looking valet guy in a ASU hoodie. And I go, hey, what's up? And he goes, you gonna get my car? He goes, and I go, I'm pointing my phone. I go, and he like stumbles to the valet stand and looks at the thing. He goes, oh yeah.
Like the phone was in the valet stand?
The phone was in the valet stand. There was nobody there.
Yeah, he didn't have the phone.
So he goes, all right.
This was a portable phone, right?
This is a portable phone. This is a cell phone.
Okay, it's a cell phone. Yeah, right.
So he then walks away because the garage is not on site. He doesn't run. He walks. Okay. I'm now officially late, but I feel like I can make it up. It's a few
9/11.
It's a few minutes. I have a 9/11, and it's very early in the morning. I can make up a few minutes. That's no problem. And I've given myself an appropriate cushion. I mean, I have to get there. There's, I can't be too late, but the whole point of getting up fucking early is to be out of the city before traffic and whatever. I sit down outside of the table, and I'm looking at my phone, and he's gone. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes later, nothing, no car. Now I'm up and I'm pacing. I've now finished my coffee that was supposed to be my road coffee.
Yeah, but now you don't have a car and you're anxious about being late and you've finished your entire caffeinated coffee.
No, I did. It was decaf.
All right.
It was decaf. I'm not that.
That's why you're alive.
No, I'm not that stupid. But I would believe me, at this point I'm awake.
I know.
And I look up. I'm looking because it's a one-way street. And so I'm looking down for the car, looking down. Every time I see xenon headlights, I'm like, there he is. No, there he is. No. What the fuck? Now I look up to my left, and the guy's standing at the valet stand without my car. And I go, hey, the fuck? And he goes, we need a key. I go, my car key? He goes, no, the key card to get the car out of the lot. And I go, I'm fucking sorry. Did you just tell me that my car is in an off-site lot and you don't have the key to get it out of the lot?
It's not at the hotel?
He goes, no, it's not. No. He goes, they're leasing like 20 spaces from some fucking apartment building around the corner. And he goes, I go, hey, what the fuck? And I go inside and I start fucking not yelling. Not literally, and I mean not yelling. And I go, hey. And the guy goes, we're working on it. And I go, I told 3 people that I had to be here at 6:15. You fucking imprisoned my car in an off-site lot? What the fuck are we doing over here?
Terrible system.
I'm like, I'm in the valet business. I never heard of any shit like this in my life. And he goes, all right, well, He goes, well, maybe can one of you come back over there with me, because the security guard wouldn't let him out with the car either. He goes, you come back with me, and I go, Jesus fucking Christ. And I grab my luggage.
Right, now you have to prove this is your 911.
Yeah.
Which is a press loan car.
Yeah.
Which is not registered in your name.
So I'm like, let's fucking go, moron. And so now this kid's marked, and I go, he goes, I can't believe you fucking imprisoned my car right now when I have to go. He goes, it's not like that. I go, tell me how it's not like that. And we're walking, he's quiet for like a few seconds. He's like, yeah, it's like that. It is like that. So now I learn just how far away this lot is. This lot is like 6 blocks away. It's like criminally far away. I cannot believe they're running a fucking valet operation from a lot so far away. This is crazy shit. So finally, it's now 6:46. I wanted to leave by 6:15. Mind you, this is a hotel in downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm the only car. This is one. It's now taken me 46 minutes to get, or 46 minutes to get one car. Like, what if other people were there and wanted car? Like, that 2 cars would have completely shut down the whole. So we're marching fucking over there, and as we're fucking marching,
don't say it.
The other guy who's supposed to come in at 7, the morning guy, shows up. Hey man, what's going on? The kid goes.
The desk kid?
No, the kid the valet kid, the overnight kid,
okay,
who was obviously like asleep and a moron and whatever. Right. As soon as he sees the morning guy walking up the block towards the lot, I guess they like check in at the lot, right? He goes, oh, he can help you, and just turns and runs away.
No way.
Yeah. Dips. Just full dips back. And the guy's like, what's up? And I'm like,
that guy needs to read Extreme Ownership.
And I go, I'm sorry. I go, are you here for the 7 o'clock? He goes, yeah. I go, you're taking fire. Come on, let's go. And as I'm walking him down, I'm telling him what's happening. He's just going, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. He's like, for real? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Here's your car. And I go, all right, go up there. And now I'm driving. I'm fucking. So the last guy finally, who was at work 15 minutes early, mind you, fucking got me in. No fucking thanks to anybody else. So thank you to fucking PMC fucking parking management, the most epic fucking valet shit show on planet Earth. Never, ever, 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 ever park your car with these assholes. What a goddamn nightmare. And they sent me a QC survey afterwards, which I filled out accurately. 2 days ago, I haven't heard shit. Eat a dick.
Wow.
Crazy.
That is a comedy of terrible decisions.
I drove 150 miles an hour out of fucking Nashville.
Allegedly close course.
Fuck
Professional
that.
driver.
I did it. Tennessee, I'm gone.
That's you're going back there in like 3 weeks.
In a different car.
That's true.
Oh, by the way.
They give you a different 911?
No. Karma swung back the other way. Because when I got to the Porsche Experience Center, I saw our friend Frank, who's the head of PR for a certain model line of in Porsche Cars North America. We were going to get lunch. Ran into some other Porsche people. Hey man, everyone come to lunch. So we sit down at lunch, and I talking about coming back in November and what car can I borrow. And someone goes, Meredith needs some exercise. Does that sound familiar to you?
Is that the sister car? No, wait.
Meredith is the 918. That's sitting there.
Whoa, cool.
Like the long-term like Porsche Classic Center 918.
I was thinking of the car that drove to the summit, the sister car.
Oh, no, the off-road thing. You can't take that on a road trip. No, they're like, Meredith needs some exercise. You want to take that? I was like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. I was like, I can put like 1,000 miles on it. They're like, put fucking 4,000 miles on it, whatever. They're like, it literally needs to be driven. Like, you're responsible enough to not be stupid with it. Like, go. Like,
sick.
Okay.
19s are sick.
I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Good thing I made it on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you driven a 918 before?
I drove a 918 one time. I've never driven a press car. Not one press car.
When did you drive it?
I drove the one in Dubai.
Oh, yeah.
For 5 minutes.
Oh, man.
That was it.
I got to drive it when we filmed with Harris, and then he had to leave, and we had to get more B-roll. So I got to drive it like in Santa Cruz for hours. sound, acceleration,
crazy,
everything about
right?
it is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently Meredith needs exercise.
Yeah. The only thing the Zinger's missing is like good V8 rumble. It has its own cool sounds. The 918 makes up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick.
We went down and looked at it. It's sitting dusty in a garage.
It's the silver one that
No, it's the blue one.
Dark gray. Okay.
The dark gray one is the other one.
Got it. That's one I drove.
Yeah, that was the other one that had a different woman's name to it. Yeah, this is the blue one. This is the one that was used at the as the Delta shuttle.
Oh, like for their press stuff?
Yeah, when they were running people doing the VIP stuff.
If you only have a certain amount of luggage.
Yeah. So that's
all right. Well, that worked out. That is karma.
I cannot guarantee this will happen. It is possible someone, but some pretty high up people
were there.
They brought it up, and then they like doubled down on it. So like, let's go.
Sure.
We also saw some really cool stuff at Porsche Classic Center down there. You know, they're doing. I mean, they didn't tell me any customer names or anything, but they're doing full restos on like early 2000s stuff now. So like there was like 5-6 Carrera GTs down there, and these restos are like while you're in theirs, because people are going, you know, instead of just doing the bushings and the tires and the major service, I want you guys to take this thing down to bare whatever. And I want to envision it as if, because I wasn't there when it was new. Oh my God. They're changing colors to stuff that are modern colors. I saw a couple finished ones that were real cool.
That'll be interesting. I wonder what the value will be like if you change the color, but it's done by Porsche.
Probably less than an original, but more than if someone else,
For sure.
did it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Also depends, like, is the color good?
Yeah.
You know, is it pretty? The one I saw was very pretty. I saw a couple 959s, and people were doing some GT3 RS 4.0s, 997s. I saw one that was a full color change that was a color that they never offered in that, and it looked really, really,
That's
really
cool.
Yeah, it was very, very cool.
Yeah. CGT, that's
apparently to do a full resto and color change on really any mid 2000s Porsche, including the CGT, is like 300 to 500,000. Yeah. So, which I could see somebody spending. I mean, I really could. I mean, it's crazy. It's a huge amount of money, but like I could see somebody going, you know, these analog cars are never coming back. I might as well get this one done the way that I like it, so I can keep it forever.
Yeah,
makes sense.
If you were restoring your Countach completely from bare everything, and you wanted a color change, not that you probably would.
No, I might.
But you could do that.
I'm not particularly attached to red. I think my car is handsome, but I didn't buy it because it was red.
Also, the color blindness. You might change the color to something.
There are other colors I would prefer to red.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you ever see the silver one? It looks incredible. I mean, silver was beautiful. Some of the light blues are unbelievable. There's a green one that's ridiculously pretty. There's other colors I like better than red for sure, but I'm happy with red.
So one day you'll be at Lamborghini Classic.
Nah, we told you about that at Pebble, right? They're doing the Classy Shea equivalent or whatever it's called. So anyway, this is going to be a great fucking trip down. We could probably get a tour of Classic Center also while we're there for this trip. Experiences.roadandtrack.com if you would like to sign up. And there's like 2 or 3 spots actually left from. I don't know why this one didn't sell out, but Seaside to Sierra is in 2 weeks. It's the 23rd to the 28th. Sorry, I have a calendar for a reason.
I got it pulled up, yeah. 23rd.
We have a couple spots left in that one. That shit is going to be sick. Sonoma, Montage Hotels, Grass Valley, Ritz-Carlton, Lake Tahoe. The roads are amazing. That shit's going to be fire as hell. Come drive with me. Go sign up. It's going to be really fun. I don't know why that one hasn't sold out. That makes absolutely no sense to me. It's like the best hotels we've ever done. What else you got? You got something?
2 quick things.
What you got, man?
I had some BMW victories this weekend.
Celebrate,
indeed. There were 2 things. I had 2 projects to do because, of course, I did new coil packs and
again.
Well, I did them like 5 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was. Now, after I ordered them, I'd always throw parts at things before researching. It's like you can do these every 80,000 miles. I probably did them after 50. But it had like a little stumble now and then. And I also changed the plugs. Probably could have just changed the plugs because 2 of them looked a little bit scuzzy. But That all went fine. That's
Okay.
why this is all victorious.
Okay.
That went fine.
Congratulations.
Listen to Killer Mike's new podcast, shout out, and it was just like, got it done in an hour. And then my doors have both been misaligned by like 1.5 mil. When I close them, they don't sit flush.
Oh, since the wrap?
Since after that, like they hung the doors fine, but it's almost like they got
Maybe
loose.
the interior? Oh.
They got, I think, no, they didn't take them off.
Maybe you just have to maybe they just weren't retightened.
Well, what it
later.
was is I looked up how to do this, and it was like there's 2 ways to do it. One is very invasive. If you have to mess with the hinge, you're having a bad day, or Zach's having a bad day. But if it's just the latch where it grabs in the back near the B pillar, that's easy. It's just 2 torques, and they're on sliders.
Oh.
So I prayed to the BMW gods, and my torques were like hand tight. They'd back themselves out.
Oh.
So I just pushed them in, tighten, close door, sits flush. Victory.
Oh, there we go.
And what's funny is
victory.
Sarah's with me in the garage, so I go over there and she goes, "What are we doing?" I say, "We're adjusting the doors." And she goes, "So we're going to adjust something that functions correctly." And I was like, "Listen, yes, that's what we're doing."
Our versions of correct are not the same.
Right, but also she knows that she has watched me plenty of times try to fix something and it turns into a 2-day project. So this was 5 minutes, and I also fixed my stereo, which had been turning itself off, and I pulled the stereo out, which you saw. For about 2 months, it looked like it had been stolen, and because I was getting around to it. And I noticed that when I was putting the harness together, a red wire was just getting pushed out of the harness. So that's the hot wire.
I'm guessing
and that's
that's
why
the
it's not
one.
working. So I had to like take the pin out and bend it. I felt very handy. It was just, I've never done that before, so I felt smart, but it wasn't difficult. And had there been any sort of anomaly or had that gone awry and had a variable I didn't plan for, I'd be fucked.
Yeah, sure.
So
but it's okay.
now my stereo
You got
works.
from point A to point B without having to do the rest of the alphabet.
Exactly,
in
because
reverse.
there's so many pins I would have
Yeah.
had to like measure and voltage meter and no. So
Congratulations, Cloud.
good, solid weekend.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want. We should talk about Vanquish once the video is up, probably, huh?
Oh, we have a bunch of questions. We're at an hour now.
Okay, great. Let's get to them. Let's talk to the people. Patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast. The people who have paid. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Gatekeeping, commenting. Actually, it's a good system, to be honest with you. Get the show early, get the show extra, get the show live, get the show... What else supports that? Get the show early, live, extra,
Ad-free.
and without ads. There we go. That works. Okay. And, of course, ask us questions. And holy shit, Blurple has a lot of words, but let's
This
get
is
to the
ultimately the
highlighted
question.
bit. Thank you, Zach. If you were involved in a bike-on-car incident that wasn't too serious, what are some good snarky responses you would use? I have gotten on a bike. My very first couple weeks riding, I had a bike on. I was riding in the wrong lane, and someone opened a door on me, and I dropped the bike. Yeah, it was not great. And here's my snarky response.
Did you hit the door?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Do you have a snarky response like, "Oh, that's a cheeky bugger there"? Something, I don't know. A snarky response to getting hit by a car.
Well,
on
I am a
motorcycle.
year-old carpet salesman from Britain. I'd be like, "No cheeky bucket jumping in front of me."
8 lives left.
I don't know. It have to happen in the moment. How mad am I? Just a cheeky response. Driving's hard.
Assuming
Are
it
you
was their
blind?
fault.
What's up, Ray Charles? I don't. Yeah. Well, this person said they got cut off in a roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
I think "fuck you" is pretty appropriate. I like that one.
Yeah. I've got kids. Even if I don't.
I shot a dirty look. I was crossing the street and someone came in hot. They didn't see the red arrow. And they kind of jumped on the brakes late, and I gave a very angry stare. And then I noticed that the windshield was tinted so dark I could not see this person, as were all the other windows. And I was like, I might be starting a fight with someone. Probably shouldn't start a fight with.
You ever do that and then feel bad the other way? Hannah almost got T-boned in the fucking Bentley with me in it in Playa Vista. And I fucking was like, started to like scream at the person. And then we realized he was like 10,000 years old. He should not have been driving, but this person barely had any idea where they were. You say Isuzu Amigo. I say mysterious utility wizard. Yes, you do. Bucket list of obtainable show guests that just maybe haven't had the stars align to get on the show. Bucket list and obtainable aren't in the same place. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that just don't live in L.A., and the open invite is out. You know, Garrett, Cletus is one. Yep. People from England have open invitations.
Jethro hasn't been on in a while.
Jethro hasn't been here in a while. I mean,
Harry Metcalf would be awesome, of course. All the Top Gear guys,
Harry
except
Metcalf.
for James May.
Because he's been here.
Santino or Mark Norman, because they both like cars and they're comedians. They'd be super fun.
Yeah, I've hung out with Mark a bunch.
BMW guy,
yeah,
and skateboarder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pastrana. I know I would ask him the same questions every journalist has, but I still want to.
Pastrana would be fun. Yeah. All the people that I want to have on are probably not in the car world. Like I'd want to have like chefs and comics and stuff like that, but that wouldn't make for a good.
That's okay. Podcast. They asked for the obtainable guests.
I don't know about Two Clutches, One Shift asks about the Fort Collins Countach heist. There was a guy in Fort Collins that restores Countaches. Did he get jacked?
4 weeks ago.
They got jacked? Do you have the story handy?
I do.
Oh, if this is the guy I'm thinking of, I've talked to this guy before. Oh, fucking Facebook. This was just an individual's car. No, I mean, that's terrible. But our Countach was stolen from Fort Collins. This is a 1988 and a half in red gold like mine, probably the same red gold, with what looks like a black interior. And it does have the side skirts, and it has a wing, and it looks to have a European front and possibly Europe. Oh no, it has the black U.S. rear bumpers. That's a bummer. Too bad. I haven't heard about this other than what is on this one post right now. Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, you can't hide one of those locally.
No.
If you're gonna, if that car is on a boat somewhere,
it's got to be on a truck and then on a boat and yeah. You can't drive it around Golden, or I don't know, other parts of Colorado.
Yeah. Oh man, that shit's probably going to the Middle East or fucking Russia or something. That sucks. Hope you got good insurance. I hope you got agreed value insurance. You get paid out. Lamborghini Panel Wagon says, if you had to compromise and do you understand this question?
Yeah, if you take a car with a good driving position, if you had to compromise one aspect of a good driving position, what do you choose? Do you choose bad pedal placement, bad steering wheel placement?
Got it. Not seeing the gauges. If I can get everything else where I need it, but part of the gauges are blocked, I'll work around.
That's the easiest one to work around. Yeah. I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there another one that you would say?
I feel like we deal more with bad steering wheel placement than pedals, but I think I would invert that. I think I'd rather have perfect steering wheel placement and just okay pedals.
Yeah. We'll have to look at that one. An all-wheel drive bias says a friend is selling a 200,000-mile B6 S4 with the 4.2 manual wagon for $6,000. What do you think of these? Why is this car not a good idea to get as a 28-year-old? Okay, I had one of these when they were new, and they are, at least when they were new, they were awesome. They drove great. They weren't like rock stars on the track, but the engine sounded awesome. They felt really tight and nice, and it was fun on the highway, fun in back roads, and generally a really good car. Now, 200,000 miles.
This is not the car, I don't think.
That's close. That's the same.
Wow, this has 140,000 miles. This sold on Cars and Bids for $7,000.
Yeah, so this one has 200,000 miles.
Well, the good thing is, all drive bias is you can probably talk this person down because this car on Cars and Bids had 60,000 fewer miles on the clock and sold for $6,800. So you should offer $4,000.
So this car has the timing chain guides issue. Those, they're made of plastic. They can be really expensive to fix, and if they go, you're completely fucked. So most people, that's where they lose them on these cars. So it depends on the maintenance history as well as the current condition of the car. I wouldn't buy this car in order to count on it as an everyday car. But for $6K, if it's in decent looking cosmetic shape as a project car or fuck around car, not the worst, all for $5. It's a wagon. It's manual. It's a
they
V8.
sound great.
They sound really good.
Amazing.
Yeah. I was looking. Christian says, I was looking at your podcast views and noticed the episode Matt Answers Your Questions had 156,000 views. Would you ever just do a question show? It seems to do well. I feel like we do so many questions. I don't. Is that a thing that people want? Do they really want an all questions show? Or
is that the title, which was Matt Answers Your Questions, and maybe the title was super engaging, but now we do answer questions.
I'm pretty sure that like. That was maybe like the first ever solo show I did when you weren't around. I think I did it from like a webcam at my home. At my home, I never talk like that. At my house during COVID. I think that.
So that was 4 years ago. TST 580. So literally half the show ago.
Yeah, you know? I mean that was probably the first time I ever did that. Is the answer to why that did so well.
I think that was pre-Patreon also.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the answer is it did so well, it's now just a part of the regular show.
If we do a show that's just Matt Answers Questions, then there's no reason for people to have Patreon.
Yeah.
And then I have to get a different job.
Yeah. In a Boxster to the left. I work at a Porsche dealer. I'm 23 years old. I'm in sales, and I hit a huge milestone last month. I want to get a new watch. There you go. This is all right. These are all good things. That could have been me. I was offered to be a Porsche dealer in Jersey out of college, and this could have been me. Could have been buying my first Rollie because I had a big year slanging base Carreras. I've been on the list for a Rolex Explorer 36, as well as the Oyster Perpetuals. It'll be my first and only nice watch for the next 5 years. I'm leaning towards the Explorer, as the AD called and said he'd have one next month. Thoughts and other suggestions? I mean, look, you seem to already know what you want. Functionally, an Explorer and an Oyster Perpetual are the same watch. I mean, they look slightly different, but you're talking about steel watches with essentially the same bracelets, essentially the same diameters, and very similar dials. The Explorer has some numbers on it. The OPs just have sticks. But you're talking about literal shades of gray on what is effectively the same watch. So I don't want to talk you out of this watch. You seem to be into it. And if you wanted to only rock one watch for 5 years, these are excellent choices. If you want other options, if you like the style of this watch, the Omega Aquaterra line is very nice and a little less expensive. There's the new IWC Ingenieur is very nice. You probably saw Brad Pitt wearing that shit in the new F1 movie. Those are very cool. And there's for going for almost any. It's such a personal thing. I mean, you're talking about a steel case, steel bezels, steel bracelet, essentially diver light, right? And almost every watchmaker makes something like that. So it's just which specific one do you want? Now, you're coming up slanging Porsches. My guess is you want a Rolex because a Rolex specifically says something about you that an Omega or an IWC or whatever doesn't say. And that's okay. That's okay. And if you like the Explorer and the AD will get you the one you want in a reasonable period of time, get that. Just get that. You seem to be on the way to that anyway. Dre from Houston, what up? I see the values of 992.1 is stabilizing and trending upward. My guess is simple economics due to the rising cost of 992.2. Would that be an accurate guess? Tariffs, Habibi. tariffs. All new Porsches are expensive as fuck. If it's on the ground and available today, it is immediately worth a few points more. But also they've raised the prices of the .2s also. But then you have tariffs.
So this is a Reddit post from 2 months ago. Porsche will no longer be absorbing the 25% tariff on customer ordered cars. Yep. Instead, it will pass off 3.6% to customers.
Yeah. So that too. So my guess is, cars on the ground, any car on the ground that's a nice car is probably 2% more valuable.
Right.
A sign language interpreter at a Pearl Jam concert. That's all right. Best AMG for $90K. 08 Black Series, 2018 AMG GT, 2023 C63 AMG.
They're very well. I mean, they're kind of different. Like the AMG GT is a fantastic vehicle, but you really want the GTC, right?
Yeah, or at least an S.
Or an S.
At least an S.
That's the only reason I wouldn't go with that one.
Yeah.
It's also, it's a great sports car. The other cars have a little bit more, the C63 has a little more space. It's a little more usable.
Yeah. I mean, here's the difference. The difference is the 08 is now an old collectible car, which is fine. The other two are not. The 2023, you buy that and just use it as your car.
Yeah, and you're going to lose.
And you lose money.
Percentage.
That will go down.
Yeah.
The AMG GT is sort of in between. I think it's a lovely car, but I don't know if it's at the bottom of its depreciation curve, and it's the least. It's a nice car, but you definitely want an S or a C, which is probably out of your budget by a little bit. Different, and the other one is like the Black Series is cool, but not all that interesting to drive because it's at that old slush box vibe. But it's rare.
Manual swap it.
That's a different story.
Then you're talking.
That's a different story. I saw that one thing that he's asking about, but I really don't understand. Okay. The one pothole in the FDR drive says, okay, wow. Another watch question. One of my best friends is getting married and wants to get the groomsmen a watch. $500 is the upper limit on cost. I suggested a Seiko 5 or similar. Any suggestions around that price for 3 groomsmen? So 2 ways to go. One is you can actually get them the nicest watch that $500 will buy. In my opinion, it's probably a Seiko variant. Or if you could find like a micro brand that is doing something cool that you're into, there are some really interesting micro brands. If you go, if the Intersect LA website is still active, because that event is over, like, is that website still up?
Yeah.
So if you go to the Intersect LA watch show website, scroll down, are there the list of brands. So I would literally go through this entire list of brands. Now, I don't know where the $500 line is, but almost all of the watches on this list are in the sub $1,000 range. And so you might find something that is interesting and aesthetically different and cool that's not just a Seiko. Now, a Seiko is something that will last forever, but most of these are really nicely made watches where you might find something really interesting. So I would also take a look at some micro brands. Bad Gardener, were there ever any stories that came out of remarkable cars that were lost in the Malibu fires? No, I think most of the people that I know that had nice cars there were able to get them out. A customer of mine lost a Lamborghini. There's the famous Porsche that's still sitting on PCH, the 997. I'm sure other cars.
I'm sure there were, but I just didn't see any articles about it.
The Roger Farah podcast, pretty funny. Oh man, more watches.
This might line up similar with
pretty
what you
much
said.
lines up with that. Pretty much lines up with the last question. Sorry, there we go. P-Car Photos. Have you seen the new lightweight carbon fiber wiper arms on the new Turbo S at $1,300? That's hilarious and on brand for Porsche. If it really is a full carbon wiper arm, $1,300 is is, I mean, I wouldn't get it, but it's not the most ridiculous thing I've seen in a Porsche.
I mean, these look like full carbon situations. Or is it just a carbon cover?
Oh, those are fucking rad. Those look way cool. Right? Those look cool. Those look way cooler than regular windshield wipers.
Well, regular windshield wipers now are ubiquitous and they just look like windshield wipers. So they have no flair. These have flair. There's some
you could hide $1,300 in a 911 in a place that nobody would ever see it. Or
ironically, not hidden at all because it's on the windshield. And
no, but I'm saying,
I know.
Like alternatively.
Oh, right. You could spend that money on something no one notices.
Yeah, sure. I bet you a fucking embossed Porsche crest on your armrest is $1,300.
When I drove that 911T, the white one in Tennessee, the seat back was like a dark blue, and that cost a bunch of money. And like, you do not need that.
Yeah. I bet people would ask you about your carbon fiber wipers.
Maybe, but it also seems like something that will be copied by eBay very soon. By salespeople on eBay.
Sure.
So
yeah, get them now before eBay finds out.
Like, it won't be long before someone in like a 350Z pulls up and they go, I got the same ones.
Yeah, that's really funny. Lord of the Ringlands says, I'm inheriting a 2012 X5. It'll be my 4th car and 5th vehicle. Questioning if it's time to pare down. As a man with money but also infinite car storage. Oh, you're talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh. First off, I have some money, but not all the money, and I don't have infinite car storage. That isn't true. I have a big fucking building, but I also have a very smart father, and my very smart father has done a very good job of reminding me that every car I put in one of these buildings costs me like $12,000 a year. Like, so my car storage is maybe infinitely available, but it is not infinitely free. It does come out of my money. It's not like, you know who gets free car storage? Zach. Like, Zach has free cars.
And I don't have, I only have one car.
You don't take advantage of it, but like, you know, like fucking Vinny gets free car storage. I don't get free car storage. It comes out one way or the other.
Yeah.
Having said that, like, yes, I could theoretically accumulate a lot of cars. When you do have, call it enough money, and when you do have, call it enough space, what you run out of is time. At a certain point, you have so many cars that driving them feels annoying and like a chore because I have more cars than I have places to go. And like, I also have press cars. So like, that's where the line is drawn. It's not at space or money. I could keep buying cars if I wanted to, but
then you have to manage the cars, maintenance, insurance, registration. But really, for me, it's like maintenance stuff. So if you had 20 cars that were not brand new, all of them are going to need something constantly.
They all need shit. Yeah. I'm not into wrenching and, you know, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Is that real? Can you check that link? Did they do something since we fucking saw it?
No. The link is, I think, to tell this person where our discrepancy was from. So the question is, Guinness says that SSE has a record of 316 miles per hour. Why did we, in our review, say it had a top speed of 295? Well, and the link I have is from SSE, and they also say 295. I think the Guinness link is the old information from when SSE ran
the
quote 331
because it was a two-way average of that. Yeah.
And Guinness was there.
Yeah.
And I think the Guinness website needs to be updated.
That sounds more
the
like
discrepancy.
Yeah. Whoops. No. And 295 was not the two-way average. That was a one-way. They did a two-way average of 282 before that, but something happened and they didn't have enough time or whatever to do the second run.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. Picked up a nail in their tire or something. I forget what it was.
And when we were filming it with them, they told like, look, the top speed we have ran is 295 one direction. Yeah. If it was 313, Jared would have said that.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to clear up.
Oh boy, Acabo Fibar, I think is your name. What car company has the deepest nerd culture?
I feel like we get in trouble answering this question. It's like, how do we... I feel like we're insulting nerds and other car companies.
I have to say, not car company, but like pre-war brass era shit. When you're at the lawn in Pebble Beach and you're listening to these judges talk about these cars and what is correct and not correct. And this random, and I go, I can't get anywhere close to this level of obsession and knowledge. It's that Concours judge.
When they know the color of that the gloves should be, that are in the trunk on top of a toolkit, and they go, those are the wrong. That's the wrong brown.
Yeah, this bit is supposed to be marked with yellow chalk. Like you have light green chalk here.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. Granny shift and not double clutching like you should. I've had my dream car, an Audi R8 V10, for almost 5 years. That is a great car. I have no complaints about it, but I fear I may be reaching the point of wanting something else. The problem is it feels like I would be getting something else just for the sake of getting something else. Do not convince yourself that having those thoughts is wrong. Cars are about experiences, not about... I mean, it's okay to make a bond with a car and keep it for the rest of your life. It's also totally okay to go... I feel like having a different experience right now.
Sure.
And moving on. Contemplating a 991.2 GT3, but it doesn't seem like it would appeal to me any more than my current car. It might even appeal to me less. But I can't be sure unless I had a go in it first. I have a suggestion. Viva Las Vegas. Go to Dream Racing in Las Vegas. Bring your credit card. And run laps you can drive fucking 20 different cars right at that place. Pretty hard. They'll let you go. I mean, they have instructors. They're not going to be a complete asshole, but you can go, and for a couple of $100, you can push a GT3 pretty hard. You can push a Ferrari pretty hard. You can push a bunch of stuff. Not doing a commercial for them, but like, that's what I would do. I would see if any other kind of experience does appeal to you. Mm-hmm. Maybe you want a front-engine Corvette ZR1. Maybe you want a fucking Viper.
And I think when you're shopping at that level, that price point, doing research, like actual seat time research, is absolutely worth it because the investment you're going to make is pretty significant. You want to be. This person sounds like they're really worried about being happy with a change, so go test it.
There is. Yeah, I mean, if you've got $100,000, 100, 150 grand, whatever, real money to spend on a car, spending a couple of $100 to learn ahead of time, oh, I really love this, or oh, I really am not into this, is money very well spent. It's at least as well spent as getting a PPI and not buying a bad car that has problems. Did scroll back up? Is that it? Did we end up scrolling down? Oh, okay. That one Chevy Beretta in the Beretta factory. There's two of them, motherfucker. With the new Testarossa being announced, what storied exotic nameplate should return and in what form? Okay. Did you see the new... Let's just dish on this for a second. Did you see the Testarossa, Zach? Did you happen to look at it?
I did.
Your reaction is similar to mine. I almost thought it was like April Fool's Day a little bit. I have to say the photos are interesting.
It seems like I shared some messages with a colleague of ours that I won't repeat here, but it feels like they've taken elements from both the SP3 and the new F80, which I think in a strange way, like at one glance devalues those cars, but then when you look longer, you go, actually, the SP3 did these certain attributes better, so it looks good. That's when it's done well. And I think the Testarossa with like the back end, especially the lips in the front, looks really strange. The front, to me...
The front is very strange.
I feel like they took my second least favorite part of the Roma, the first being the grille, but the Roma had like the duck lip that just stuck out.
Yeah.
And I was like, for me, it just made the shape of an otherwise smooth car that kind of turned into the cylindry, which is great, and it ruined it. And I think this has these weird like painted canards jutting out the front. I don't get it.
I will... Maybe it's better in person, but it seems like they've put the 12-cylinder... Oh, yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I have to say, I think this looks really strange. They've just, like, put bits of other cars together in, I don't know, kind of a haphazard way.
Yeah, like the canopy looks like 296, which is fine.
Yes.
But then this rear, the haunch thing above the rear wheel, like gets angular here, but then rounded and kicks up with a weird ducktail like the SP3, but it's not as good as the SP3. Just like the shape of this front splitter is
Whatever is
odd.
happening at that side intake behind the passenger compartment, I don't like that at all.
I think you have two intakes. It looks like this. There's a slim intake that probably directs air to one place, and then this one maybe goes to like radiator. So this might be air intake to the engine, and the lower one is radiator. But I agree with you. It's just it's very
really
busy.
Looks weird.
And my favorite Ferrari designs are always the really clean ones, and I like 296 is clean. I think Cylindri is pretty clean, and this is just looks like a bunch of stuff.
It looks like a camouflaged prototype that still has the cladding on it. It's
Maybe it is.
I don't think so.
No, it's like this.
It's busy in not a great way.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it will drive like amazing, but
Probably will.
It probably
will drive amazing, but I think
really a lot going on.
Everything drives amazing. And honestly, when a car that's 2 years old from Ferrari is as fast as you could want a car to be, and drives phenomenal, and the only thing we don't like about a 296 is haptic buttons, you don't have to go with the newest thing.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be different in person, but I really think it's awkward. I think the right word for me is awkward. It's not elegant.
No.
It does not. They've thrown away the like curves like a woman kind of thing. Jacking off the record, excellent. If the new TT concept were instead Jaguar's new F-Type with a similar design, would it receive the same amount of praise? Well, I think the TT does have the new TT concept, which is called like C or something like that type or something like that. It wasn't called that, Concept C or something. I thought it looked pretty cool. I'm into it.
Jaguar's Type 0 concept?
No, the new TT.
Oh, sorry.
It was not called new TT. It just like people have been saying TT, but it's actually called something else. I like this new car. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it has it has elements that I've liked from other things they've done in the past. Is it called TT? Maybe it is.
Concept C.
Concept C, that's what it is. This front head-on angle is sort of my least favorite angle, but it's got a little Bugatti in there,
Definitely.
which is cool.
Yeah.
The side profile is great. The rear is cool. I'm not totally sold on deleting rear windows entirely, but the rest of it I'm kind of into.
Oh, do you see what the Mercedes boss was talking shit about the interior? He's like, it looks like it was designed in 1995.
Well, he's not entirely wrong, but Mercedes has fucking busy ass disco interiors right now.
Very true.
And TTs were always very simple interiors, which I like. The convertible is very good. TT Roads.
Proportions look good.
Yeah.
Top-down view, it shows a lot of that. I mean, that's kind of nice. What else do we have?
I like the side profile very much. I think it's a very handsome car.
Yeah, it is funny. From the side, it looks like you could put that Jaguar thing like boop, right over it, and it's real close.
Yeah.
All right.
But the proportions aren't as exaggerated on this.
Correct.
The Jaguar is like a Dunkerfort proportions.
Yeah.
This has much more normal car
I haven't heard that
proportions.
name in a long time, but yeah.
I saw one at Pebble.
We had just all hood.
Tim A says, is there room in the Porsche lineup for the return of the base GT2 911, meaning non-RS? I don't think so. I mean, I think that's the Turbo S is so fast that Porsche thinks that most people who want that much power should have the all-wheel drive.
Yeah, and I think if you want that much power without all-wheel drive, they can go GT2 RS because they know that you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm intrigued how the Lambo Temerario can have a 10,000 RPM red line despite twin turbos. We just drove a car with an 11,000 RPM red line despite twin turbos. Would a twin-turbo stick-shift rear-wheel drive 911 with hybrid turbos be compelling if it could preserve a high red line? They can't make any of this hybrid shit work with stick shifts. I mean, yes, the hybrid turbos would be awesome if you could have them. The E-motor in the turbos to have spool at 0 effectively, but it's not really necessary in the manual. I don't think people are seeking that with the manuals. I think with people, the people who are buying the manuals want it to be pretty simple. They didn't even want 7th gear.
I like the build of the turbo. When we drove the flat 6 one, the 911T, having the build was exciting and fun. And if you reduce that with having electric help, then I feel I'm optimizing the engine for maximum speed, but why don't I just maximize the transmission also? Sure. And it's plenty fun with PDK. So maybe they'll do it as a special edition. It seems like a small market.
SEAL Team 6-Speed Manual says, you've talked a lot about having cars with whimsy, the Manx, the wife's JDM cars, etc. What new car can you buy today that has the most whimsy, under $100K? A Manx. A Volkswagen fucking Manx. You could get one of those for 75 or 80, a really nice one.
Maybe a used Caterham. Actually, a new Caterham might be cheap if you got a small engine. Whimsy is super subjective, though. That's the thing. It's what is whimsical to one person is not to the other person. But I think so for me, I'm not going for objective maximum speed or anything. I'm going for a Morgan is pretty whimsical. That's a good answer. I don't know if that's under 100 though.
ID Buzz.
Oh yeah,
the ID Buzz is a vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Objectively, it's just a whatever EV, but it feels it's a very happy place to spend your time, even if you're not really carrying people all the time, and B, the view, the fucking dude, like the Koenigsegg, like the Zinger, the view forward in the ID Buzz feels like driving a fucking monorail. The windshield is upright and far as fuck away. It's a really weird, different driving experience. It's the most. I think that is the most whimsical, normal car you can buy right now. Yeah, ID Buzz for sure. One more, and then we're going home. We'll keep the next ones for the next ones for the next ones. Zach's backseat buzzball. Someone brought a buzzball to our party.
Really?
Yeah.
They're gross.
Yeah, I imagine they were.
And they sell them in huge quantities, which is extra gross.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, in the spirit of the week's scouting trip, what's the ideal 2-car solution for 4 people to go on a golf and driving trip in the Smokies? No Corvettes. We have to carry golf bags and weekend bags. Well, a couple of options. Someone can bring a wagon. Someone could bring an M5 wagon or an RS6 or a Panamera Sport Turismo and have outsized influence on the luggage, and then the other group can have a sports car. This, of course, is pending availability of car.
Sure.
But what is the best car you could buy for Smoky Mountains that will hold 2 sets of golf clubs and 2, weekend duffel bags? So you're talking about a GT car.
I think you're talking about, 2 GT or 2 sedans, maybe.
Yeah.
But golf bags are big, right?
Golf bags are big.
You need a wagon with fold-down seats for one car, for sure.
No, there's some car. There's my Acura NSX, for instance, would fit 2 golf bags and 2 duffel bags in the trunk. 100%.
Wow.
Absolutely would. So an 05 NSX could totally be it.
Okay.
Lots of luggage space there. Most Astons, on the other hand, other than the DBX, can't fit golf clubs effectively in the trunk. Bentley, Bentayga. You don't even need 2 cars. One person.
Yeah, but then you have to drive that in the Smoky Mountains, and that's a waste. I think.
Not the worst.
It's not the most agile thing in the world. I would want something like CTSV would be sick.
Yeah.
CTSV wagon, of course.
Blackwing.
CT5 Blackwing has a trunk. You could definitely carry the duffel bags.
Yeah, that's got a big trunk.
Do the seats fold in that?
Yeah. But you could put golf bags in that too.
That'd
Not 4, but certainly 2.
2 and 2?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Blackwings are superb.
A C63 would be a good one.
I mean, a dark horse. Actually, they got a weird shaped trunk now, don't they?
I don't know.
Don't the Mustangs have a weird shaped trunk now? Hellcat Durango, that might be kind of fun.
That would be a good time.
M3s, M5 Touring would be all right.
Jeep Grand Cherokee Track, what's it called?
Yeah. Panamera Turbo SE hybrid.
Sure.
Thanks, everybody. That's a fun show. Man, kind of really did 30 minutes on Zinger, didn't we? Didn't think I was going to do that.
We were amped about it.
Thank you to our patrons for asking such good questions. Of course, someone asked what the best way is to support the show. They were asking about where to watch the videos, this and that. Where you watch the videos, what app you use to download the podcast, whether you get it video, YouTube, or the audio feed. It doesn't matter to us. We're happy for you to listen at all. We don't care what method you use to listen to the show, and all the numbers get added together anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If you are literally better than buying any single product, better than any using any sponsor, better than any particular method of watching. If you are a patron at the at really any dollar amount, I mean really pretty much any dollar amount, you are doing more to support us than you would be in virtually any other way. I would say buying for the people who bought all 5 Notice watches. I think those 11 people supported us by far the most, because that's a significant amount of money spent on those.
Very true, but we truly appreciate any amount.
But we do, yeah. No, like even the basic, the lowest tier, you're doing. You're probably somewhere between 1,000 and 5,000 times more valuable than any other regular viewer at that level. Mm-hmm. Like your direct transfer of those $3 makes you a multi-thousand-x more valuable than any regular other viewer, where we get like a third of a penny a week or something.
Right.
So that's what I'm just trying to say. We appreciate you. It's because people regularly do ask, what is the best way? Being a patron is by far the best way. Anything else, we just appreciate you being there, and that's cool too.
Yep.
We're happy to have that. We need to have some numbers on the show with the ads also. They're not totally irrelevant either. They're all right. We appreciate them. All right. Thank you to Zinger for letting us have a go. Mm-hmm. That was a fucking morning. And the rest of y'all, we'll see you later this week. Oh, I just had an ant on our coaster. And thank you for listening. That's the Smoking Tire Podcast. Bye.